Sakharam and Manali from Gomantak Ayurved Mahavidyalay and Research Center, Shiroda. Dr. Joy is HOD, Department of Swasthavritta and Yoga in Ayurveda College. I invite Dr. Joy and his team on stage to guide our dignitaries and participants on Common Yoga Protocol. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ashmina. Good morning, CM sir, all the dignitaries, the audience, students. A very warm good morning to you all. We will now start with the practice of the Common Yoga Protocol. I request everyone to kindly stand. Let us join both our hands. We'll start with the Prarthana. Kindly close your eyes. You can repeat after me. Sangachhadvam samvadadvam Samvo manausi janata Deva bhagam yatha purve Sanjanana upasate Sanjanana upasate. The prayer states, let us all move in harmony, let us all speak in unison, let our mind be equanimous like it was in the beginning, and let divinity manifest in all your sacred endeavors. Gently open your eyes, lower your hands. Let us start with the Shithilikarana Vyayama, the loosening exercises. We'll start with the neck bending, the forward and backward neck bending. While inhaling, we need to look upwards, and while exhaling, we need to bend the neck and touch the chin to the chest. Let's start. Gently inhale and raise your neck. Look upwards as much as possible. Keep your eyes open. Exhale and gently bend the neck. Touch the chin to the chest. Inhale, look upwards. Exhale, touch the chin to the chest. Inhale, gentle movement of the neck. Exhale, come back to the initial position. Next we shall go to the lateral bending of the neck. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, exhale, bend to the right side. Take the ear as close as possible to the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, bend towards the left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, come back to the center. The right and left neck twisting. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, exhale, twist the neck to the right side. Place the right chin over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, come back to the initial position. Next, we shall start with the shoulder movement. Stand straight. Let's now inhale and gently move both the hands sideways up. Raise both your hands sideways up. Stretch them above the head. Let the palms face outwards. Let the palms face outwards. Stretch upwards as much as possible. Exhale. Gently lower your hands down. Bring them back to the thighs. One more round. Inhale. Raise your hands sideways up. Let the palms face outwards. Exhale. Slowly lower your hands down. Next we go for the shoulder rotation. Gently raise your hands sideways up. Bring the hands at shoulder level, parallel to the ground. Bend the hands at the elbow. Place the fingertips over the shoulder. Let's practice forward rotation for 3 rounds. Let's start. 1, 2, 3. Let's practice backward rotation. 1, 2, 3. Extend the hands, bring them parallel to the ground, lower your hands, bring them back to the next to the thighs. Next we shall move to the trunk rotation. Extend your hands in front of the chest. Inhale and extend. Now we start by moving towards the right side. Twist your trunk to the right side. Place the left palm over the right shoulder. Look backwards as much as possible. Place the left palm over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Look backwards as much as possible. Left hand backwards, right palm placed on the left shoulder. Inhale, come back to the center. One more round. Twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Gently lower your hands, bring them back next to the thighs. The last loosening exercise is the knee bending. Extend your hands in front of the chest, parallel to the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and bend the knees. Go to a semi-squatting position. Inhale, come back. Exhale, squat. Inhale, come back. Last round. Exhale, down. Inhale, come back. Lower your hands. Here we end with the loosening exercises. We will start with the standing series of asanas. We'll start with the Tadasana, that is we have to mimic the position of a palm tree. Stand in Sthiti, both feet placed 2 to 3 inches apart. Let the palms be close to the thighs. Let's start. Inhale, raise both your hands sideways up. Stretch upwards, raise the heels, stand on the toes. Interlock both the hands and let the palms face upwards. Stretch upwards as much as possible. This is the final position of Tadasana. Hold this for a few seconds with slow, effortless breathing. Tadasana helps in removing the congestion of the spinal nerves. Remove the lock of the fingers. Gently now lower your hands sideways down. Lower the heels. Get the hands back next to the thighs. Next we move on to Vrikshasana. Let's start from the right side first. Flex or bend the right leg at the knee. Place the right foot on the left thigh, at the root of the left thigh. Now let us inhale and raise both your hands sideways up. Join both your hands, make a Namaskara Mudra. Let your gaze be forwards. This is Vrikshasana, the tree pose. This asana helps in improving concentration and neuromuscular coordinates. Gently now lower both your hands sideways down. Get your hands back to the thighs. Extend the foot, place it on the mat. Let's practice on the other end. Vrikshasana. Fold the left leg, place the left foot at the root of the left thigh. Inhale, extend both your hands sideways up, above the head. Make a Namaskara Mudra. Hold this with slow, effortless breathing. This is Vrikshasana. Now slowly lower your hands sideways down. Bring the hands back next to the thighs. Extend the leg. Place it on the mat. The next asana is Pada Hastasana. Let's start by raising both hands sideways up. Stretch your hands sideways up above the head. Stretch up as much as possible. Now bend from the waist. Exhale and bend forwards. And try to place the palms besides both the feet. If not, try to at least touch the feet with the fingers. Hold this with slow, effortless breathing. This is Pada Hastasana. This helps to make the spine flexible. Inhale, stretch upwards, come back to the initial position. Stretch your hands up as much as possible. Now slowly lower your hands sideways down, bring them back next to the thighs. This was Pada Hastasana. Next, we have the Ardha Chakrasana, the half wheel pose. This Ardha Chakrasana has to be avoided by those who are suffering from vertigo. Let's start. Place both the palms on the hips. Fingers point forwards. Support the back with the thumbs. We need to inhale and bend backwards. Let's start. Inhale, bend backwards as much as possible. Lower the head backwards. Keep your eyes open. This is Ardha Chakrasana, the half wheel pose. This is very useful in lowering the backache and useful in cervical spondylosis. Now, gently come back to the initial position. Lower your hands, come back to the initial position. Here we end with the standing series of asanas. We shall now start with the sitting series of asanas. I request everyone to kindly sit in the cross-legged Sukhasana. We will start with Vajrasana. I request everyone to extend both the legs and come to the ready position, the Sthiti. Extend both the legs, place the palms next to the hips, head, neck, back erect. This is Sthiti. Let's start with Vajrasana, the Thunderbolt pose. Flex the right leg at the knee, place the right heel under the right gluteal region, right buttock. Flex the left leg, place the left heel under the left gluteal region. Sit on the heels, place the palms on the knees, head, neck, back erect. You can close your eyes and hold this position with slow, effortless breathing for a few seconds. This is Vajrasana. This helps to improve digestion and it also tones up the muscles of the lower limb. This has to be avoided by those who are suffering from some kind of sprain or fractures of the ankle and the lower limb. This is Vajrasana. Let us now extend both the legs. Extend both the legs. Come back to Sthiti. We will move on to the next asana, Ardha Ushtrasana. I request everyone to once again flex both the legs at the knee and come back to Vajrasana. Flex the right leg, flex the left leg, come back to Vajrasana. Stand on the knees, head, neck, back erect. Place the palms on the hips, fingers pointing forwards. Support the back with the thumbs. Now gently inhale and bend backwards. Gently inhale, bend backwards. This is Ardha Ushtrasana. This is useful for backache and it makes the spines flexible. Hold this with slow, effortless breathing. Gently now inhale, come back to the initial erect position. Come back to Vajrasana. Come back to Vajrasana. Extend the legs. Come back to Sthiti. Next we shall move on to Vakrasana, the spinal twist, Vakrasana. So we will start with the right side, bend the right leg at the knee, place the right foot next to the left knee, take the left hand in between the chest and the knee and try to place the left palm besides the right foot or try to hold the right ankle. Place the left palm besides the right foot, turn backwards, look backwards, place the right hand backwards and feel the twist. This helps to reduce central obesity and is very useful in diabetes. This is Vakrasana. Gently now look forwards, release your hand, extend the leg, come back to ready position. Let's now practice Vakrasana on the other end. Fold the left leg, place the left foot next to the right knee. Take the right hand in between the knee and the chest and place the right palm besides the left foot. Take the left hand backwards, turn backwards, hold this position with slow, effortless breathing. This is Vakrasana, the spinal twist. Gently look forwards, release your hand, extend the leg, come back to Sthiti. We will now move on to the Shashakasana. Let's start by folding both the legs at the knee and moving on to Vajrasana. Fold the right leg, fold the left leg, sit on the heels. Keep the knees wide apart, keep the knees wide apart. Place the palms in between the knees on the mat. Now exhale and slide the hands on the mat forward. Place the chin on the mat. This is Shashakasana. This has to be avoided by those who are suffering from low back pain. This is very useful for relieving mental stress and anxiety. This is Shashakasana. Hold this with slow breathing. Inhale and come back. Slide the hands backwards. Bring them back in between the knees. Get both the knees close to each other. Come back to Vajrasana. Extend both the legs. Let's get back to the Sthiti and relax for a while. Here we end with the sitting series of asanas. We now move on to the prone series of asanas, that is lying on the abdomen. Let us face forwards, head forwards, lie down on the mat, lie down on the mat and move on to Makarasana. Hands one above the other. Place the chin on the dorsal aspect of the hands. Place the chin on the dorsal aspect of the hands. Keep the heels apart. Let the toes point outwards. This is Makarasana, the crocodile pose. This is very useful for relieving stress, anxiety, and very useful in acute backache as well. Just hold this for a while, for a few seconds. Practice slow, effortless breathing. Makarasana. Let us now gently move on to the next asana, that is Bhujangasana, the serpent pose. Get both the heels close to each other. Place the palms besides the chest. Place the palms besides the chest and gently raise only the chest. Move upwards while inhaling up till the navel region. Let the navel be in contact with the mat. This is Bhujangasana, very useful for relieving backache and neck pain. Practice slow breathing. Exhale, gently lower the chin back onto the mat. Come back to Sthiti. Place the palms besides the hips. Palms on the mat besides the hips. Get both the feet close to each other. Next, we shall move on to Shalabhasana, the locust pose. Shalabhasana has to be avoided by those who have had recent abdominal surgeries and those suffering from high blood pressure. In Shalabhasana, we need to inhale and raise both the legs above the mat without bending at the knee. Let us start. Inhale, raise both the legs above the mat, place the chin on the mat, hold this with slow breathing for a few seconds. Exhale, gently lower both the legs back onto the mat and come back to the initial position. Shalabhasana is very useful for lowering the back pain and sciatica. Let us now move on to the supine series of asanas. I request everyone to kindly lie down on the back. We will start with Setu Bandhasana. Setu means a bridge. We need to mimic the position of a bridge in this asana. Let us start by bending both the legs at the knee. Get both the heels close to the gluteal region, the buttocks. Hold your ankles with the hands and pull the knees backwards as much as possible. Let us now inhale and raise the low back above the mat into the air. Arch the back, raise the low back. Hold this with slow, effortless breathing. This is Setu Bandhasana. This is very useful for lowering backache and sciatica. It also relieves anxiety and stress. Exhale, gently lower the back onto the mat. Now slide your legs, extend them forwards, come back to the initial position. Next we shall move on to Ardha Halasana. In Ardha Halasana, we need to raise both the legs and place it perpendicular to the ground, perpendicular to the mat, 90 degrees with the mat. Let's start. Inhale, raise both the legs simultaneously into the air. Make an angle of 90 degrees with the mat. Hold this with slow breathing. This is Ardha Halasana, very useful for toning the muscles of the abdomen, and it also helps in relieving high blood pressure. Gently now exhale and lower the legs back onto the mat. Place the palms next to the hips. Next, we shall move on to Pavanamuktasana. This asana